So today we're over a quick example of how to install and configure the Kymera Systems InfluxDB module for Ignition. So the first thing you'll do is you'll go to kymerasystems.com, you'll go to Products, Ignition Modules. You will scroll down till you see the InfluxDB Historian Module. In the middle of the page you'll see a download link, and you will download either 7.9 or 8, depending on what version of Ignition you are using. Once the module is downloaded, you will go to your Ignition gateway, you'll click on the Modules tab, you will install the module like you would any other module. You can see here I have already installed it to save a little bit of time. Once you've configured that, you will go to Tags History, you will create a new historical tag provider, and you'll see that we now have the InfluxDB Historian Module. So I'm going to just call this Influx. I'm going to point it to a local InfluxDB that I have set up. You can use the username and password at the default settings if you are not using access credentials, or you'll put your proper login credentials there. So we can see now that it is configured and it is running. So we will open Ignition. I have some simulator tags already set up here, so I'm going to scroll down and pick some of the tags that are changing quite a bit. I'm going to scroll, I'm going to go to history. I'm going to enable history for these tags, and I'm going to point them to the influx provider. So once we do that, we can go to status, we can go to store and forward. We should see that our system is storing and forwarding data, so we can see that we're going at about 8 a second, and we're pushing to the backend data store at roughly the same rate. So now we're going to go back to our designer. We're going to create a new window that will hold a trend. So for testing, I'm just going to create an easy chart inside of a normal vision window. You are then going to right click and edit your easy chart like you would a normal relational database provider. You'll see that the tag paths will match what we have inside of our tag structure. So we'll just add 4 of the tags. We'll hit OK. And we can see our data is now being historized to InfluxDB.